Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We have lots of things that are happening here in the Hive at current moment. Well, we're in the process of actually setting up for the used stamp sale, which is tomorrow. Yay! Oh man, I have 3 used stamp sales every year. I help my customers out with getting rid of unwanted treasures and helping those treasures go to other people's homes, and then it allows them to get new treasures. So we always have 2 of them at the Eagles Club, one in usually March, April-ish, and the other one the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then I always do one in my garage, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Like, there's about 6 or 7 people in my garage, and they're all helping set up everything. People started to deliver things throughout the week, and they come set everything up, and those that help set up can shop a little early. And here is my Vanna, who's assisting me with bringing me a 2-tone cardstock chair. Yay, thanks Karen. Yep, I appreciate it. So I have the 2-tone cardstock. I can't wait to share it with you guys. And it was upstairs, and instead of being 3 minutes later, I asked Karen to run upstairs and grab it for me. So yay. All right, so the used stamp sale is happening tomorrow. Now, we don't ship anything, so I know it's sad because a lot of people reach out to me and say, well, do you have this, or do you have that, or do you have this, or do you have that? And that's really hard for us to keep track of. So what we did, you guys, I've gotten to become a queen of the Google Sheets, and I'm trying to think if it's out there. We created a Google Sheet, and I don't think it's done now. I'm trying to think here. What I'm going to say, we like to help people find things that they've been looking for years, right? We really do. It's a lot of work though. And if you're a normal customer to me that takes classes from me or buys product from me, and I'm shipping packages to you anyways, I don't mind helping at all. And what we do is, if we can find something that you've been on the radar looking for this specific stamp set, there's a place though. You can't, don't call me, don't text me, don't email me asking for it. But if you would go and fill out the Google tracker form, I will have Tammy, she has access to it. She can see what people are looking for. She goes, after everything's all set up, she goes through and she kind of like looks for things. And if she can find them, we try to find homes for people of things that they're looking for. We were fortunate that we found about 5 things at the last sale. So I'm going to share this with you in case you're on the lookout for something and I need you to put it in the Google form. Now, people have been asking me about, well, the Google email address, I don't ever use it, but it's what I have to use it's what somebody has to use to fill out the form. That's great. I will continue to always use whatever email address I have for you in my files. But in order for you to so Bonnie was asking me, she's like, well, I have to use my Google email address, and I never use Google for anything, and I don't ever see it. Well, don't worry, I'm not going to email you there, but that's what you need to do to complete the registration form, I guess. So that's fine. Just go ahead and do it. So I'm going to share with you after I'm done with class. If this isn't in here, I will go put the link in here. And if you want to fill it out for if you're looking for whatever stamp set from 4 years ago that you bought the stamps for, but you missed getting the dies, right? That kind of stuff. I like to try to help where we can. So I'm going to share with you I got a little hot mess going on down here, but I'm going to share with you where you're going to find it. So I have a website. It's called cardsbycrispy.com. And when you click on it, it takes you to my events calendar, or you can click on the events calendar. Okay. And we're in July. Tomorrow is July 18th. So first thing, get to my website. Second thing, go to my events calendar. Third thing, go to July 18th. This is where the event for the used stamping, scrapbooking, accessory sale is. All right. This is what want to sell. Any of you can find. Okay. This first link is the guidelines on if you want to ever sell stuff. What is missing here is the link for, and this might be opening up a rabbit hole, I don't know, but let's say within an hour after class, I will create are you looking for something specific that you have been trying to get for the last couple years? Click this link here to fill out a form for us to see if it's in the sale, okay? That'll be added into this section here. And then what'll happen is if Tammy's already gone, first thing in the morning when she gets here, she'll look for it. All right. Now, I'm hopeful that there's not like 100 things that get listed that people are looking for, because that becomes a hot mess. But if we have 15 people or 10 people that are looking for us, because it happens, we have about 13 things on lists already in that Google Drive. So, but and that's where it needs to go, because otherwise I have no way to easily keep track of it. And you guys, there's so many things that I'm already keeping track of, and that this is just an extra thing that I don't need to keep track of. But if you want to fill out the Google form, Tammy's managing it and she'll look for stuff. So hopefully that helps. All right, so I appreciate you guys allowing me to be a little bit tardy. I thought that I would be a little bit closer to 6 o'clock, but Tammy works till 5:30, and I'm not blaming Tammy, but she works till 5:30, and when she comes over, it was about 10 to, or even 6, and I had lots of helpers, and we were trying to get everything organized. And so I just knew it was going to be a timing thing tonight for the timeliness. So thank you for your patience, you guys. So hello, hello, hello. We have lots of people who are here already. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hello, Jamie Kirkpatrick. There's Sherry Ott. Hi, Holly Poplo. Hi, Connie Moore and Sarah Merchant. Hi, Susan Bellamy and Randy and Faye and Mary. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. There's Doris. Hi, Yvette. There's Mary Carls. Hi, Myra. You're the first time seeing your name. Thanks for saying hi. I also forget it's 7 p.m. Eastern, or it's always 7 p.m. Eastern. Yes, so I'm in Central Standard Time or Central Daylight Time, depending on the time of year. Hello, Nancy Mole. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Louise. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, you guys. I appreciate that. And thanks for sharing. And there's Mimi Howenstein. Hi, Sarah. I hope you had a great time at the beach. There's, let's see, Nancy. Chris is in Wisconsin, but YouTube notification just to show the time where you are. It sure does. Hi, Barbara Godby. And hi, Laura Sullivan. All right, there's Suzanne. Hi, Donna. Hi, Debbie Gass. Hi, Nedra Dover. Hello, Linda. And Vanessa. Hi, Deb Norman. Deb, our thoughts and our prayers are with you and your family. I was so saddened to see that your mom passed away, and just know that she will always, forever in our hearts, no longer by our sides, but forever in our hearts. So my heart breaks for you. And if you need anything during this difficult time, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here for you. Hi, Amy Deschler. Or Amy D. I guess it might not be Amy Deschler. It could be Amy D. It's Amy D. She's the first Amy that I thought of, though. Hi, Mary Novak. Hi, Franz. Hello, Gwen Goda. Hello, Cheryl. All right, so I got everybody. So we talked about the used stamp sale. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. I also, at the same token, I have maybe 8 to 10 people, maybe 12 people, who did the Paper Palooza with me that are local to me, that really love stamping stuff at my house or in my hive here, and don't always get things done faster when they have it at home to do. So in conjunction with the used stamp sale that starts tomorrow at 7 a.m., we staged the entire room here with 21 stations. There were 21 card kits for the Paper Palooza, and we have one, and they go in order all the way to 21, so that if somebody local to me has their Palooza and they want to bring it back and do any of their stamping here tomorrow, they could shop the sale and then they could come stamp their Palooza. And that is set up for tomorrow on top of the sale. Now, if there's anybody else looking for the Paper Palooza, we still have some left. Amanda Waldhart had 10, and there were 4 people that reached out to me already that were looking for it. So now she's down to 6. And it'll be set up the same way as mine, and they're actually going to ship from here, so I can put my eagle eyes on it before it leaves here. There'll be 21 card kits, the DSP paper share, the prize patrol, the thank you card, the 2 attendance gifts, the pin, the ruler. All of it is going to be exactly the same as if it's leaving from me from my original 96. So if you are still thinking about getting the Paper Palooza, there's still availability, and it would be shipping in August, or I could even hold it till September. I'm meeting up with Amanda and Marissa actually on August 2nd, and I'm planning to get everything from her that day. So if anybody's still thinking about the Palooza, I can get it, and I'll ship it with my August shipments that I have going out later in August, or middle of August. So yes, lots of hugs, you guys, and Deb Norman needs all your arms and loving support wrapped around her right now. it's hard. I couldn't even imagine what it's like to lose your mother or your father. Also, hi, Ann Bellinger. Also, so you guys, the two-tone paper sale last week, amazing. I'm so blessed that you guys have supported me with signing up for it. There was about 56 people who signed up for my two-tone cardstock share. And thanks to Jamie Kirkpatrick for the idea. She kind of threw it around and I tossed it around in my head for the last month, and we chatted the night before the sale started, or 2 days before the sale started, and we came up with a plan. And I am blown away. So one share is a 12 by 12 of each of the 54 colors. So it's 54 sheets of cardstock. And I have Sue Deppis's here, right? So it's 50, and you guys, lo and behold, my paper all arrived between yesterday and today. And whatever arrived yesterday, we already processed today, which was super cool. So we already got a section of the 12 by 12. So it's I don't know, about an inch thick of 54 sheets. So you could order it as 12 by 12. I'll flip the camera down. It might be easier to see it this way. And I have it protected between two white pieces of cardboard, but all the different colors of the rainbow are in there. So you could pick 12 by 12, or you could pick, and this is what Karen went upstairs to get, you could pick 12 by 12, or you could pick 6 by 12, or you, and I'll take this out so you can kind of see. This is one of each of the 12 by 12s cut in half, right? And so we have them in alphabetical order for you. So starting with Azure and ending with Willow White. And I don't know, we ended up with 2 cardstocks on the back end of some of these. Okay, so ending, that's the cardstock, but then we had Willow White. So it goes all the way from A to W. So we got 6 by 12 option. And the other option that people could get was 6 by 6. And there were 12 people who got 6 by 6. Oh, Donna Palooza's still on the fence. Well, you better get off. You know what we say? You get splinters when you ride that fence too long. Oh, Nancy Sue Valencia, can't wait to get hers. Well, we're in the process of working on these. This is if somebody got 54 of one set of 6, right? So this is a set of 6 by 6. And what happens is that's the white, is the back end. So they're still in alphabetical order, starting with Azure, and then Balmy Blue, and then Basic Beige, Basic Black, Basic Gray, Berry Burst. So we went in alphabetical order for you guys because some of the pinks look similar and some of the purples might look similar. And this way, if you know they're in alphabetical order, you could follow along with the Stampin' Up! Colors and know what's what, so that when you guys get it, you can organize them however you want to. But you could go 6 by 6, 6 by 12, or 12 by 12. And I will have to let you in on a little notice, you guys. I had put that registration for this was while the pricing I had was while the sale was going on. Well, I will have you know, we ended up with 86 sets of 54, which is blows my mind. Really helped me get a lot closer to that $1 million, you guys. I'm so close. I'm about $16,000 away. So every time we'll talk about it until we get to until we actually hit the million. So that's super cool. Thanks for everybody's support with that. But I'm down to 16 now, and this paper share helped me get to where I am already to be that close. My original goal was September 30th. 2 years ago, I had set a goal of September 30th, which is the end of the Stampin' Up! Year. And now I have a party that I'm planning because we need to celebrate such accomplishments, right? And I sent an email out to my community about it. If you did not get that email, send me a note if you want to get the invitation. Everybody's invited. I'm not like saying nope. I'm not subsetting people. It's like everybody's invited. If you want to make it, you can make it. I know that a lot of you are not local to me, so it's not as easy to get here. But if you want to surprise me for a visit, anybody's welcome for the party. And life is hard with how busy we are, so I had to find a date that worked with the venue and a date that worked with me. And so we put the party for the 17th, right, of August, which is a month from today. So I don't know if I already put that. I don't know if I'll do that amount by August 17th. But who knows? You never know, right? But this two-tone cardstock share helped me. It was about $4,000 worth of paper, which is crazy. So I got that much closer to meeting the new secondary goal of the 17th. So you guys you love the paper share idea of the cardstock of the two-tone because it'll give you a sampling. If you missed out on it, you can still get in on it. I was starting to allude to the fact that right before the sale ended, I put an order in for one more set of each of the colors so I can accommodate up to about, I was at 86, and so I think there's like maybe 4 to 6 left off of that, and then I got enough for 12 more. So I think all in all I have about 15 to 20 sets available, and they can be either the 12 by 12, 6 by 12, or the 6 by 6 if you want to get a sampling. And now that I have them and you guys can see what it all entails, you can maybe figure it out. It was $48 plus shipping for one set of 54. And some people picked 4 sets, some people picked 3, some people picked 2, and a lot of people picked 1. So that's very cool. So thank you to everybody who got the sale, the two-tone share for me. Now, with that, Annette came up with an idea today, and I'm going to run it by you guys because it's possibly something that you might be interested in. Annette's like, you should do this for the cardstock, the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So is there anybody out there that would love to get a sampling of Stampin' Up's cardstock? Right now you can buy 2 sheets of each, within the color family, but I would do all-inclusive, all 54 colors, and you could get 2 sheets or 4 sheets or 6 sheets, and you could make your own sampler pack. And that was a great idea because it would help me even get a little bit inch closer to the million, potentially by the 17th. So I had Kelly create a cover photo. I'll put an event out there. I'm curious if you guys are interested in getting a paper share. So it allows you to get all the Stampin' Up colors of cardstock that could go with your two-tone if you don't have them already. So yes, Kimberly Smith, you can definitely still order it. Your mom had a wonderful long life. She had many adventures in her 92 years. I love it. 7 children, 22 grandchildren, and 25 great-grandchildren. And 1 on the way, and 1 great-granddaughter. So your mom can kind of relate to my grandma who just passed. My grandma was 97. She had 6 children, and your mom had 7. My grandma had 21 grandchildren, and your mom had 22. And your mom had 25 great-grandchildren, and my grandma had 34. So they had nice, long lives. And the one thing that my grandma was very blessed with is she never had to bury a child's spouse, a grandchild, or a grandchild's spouse, or a great-grandchild. My grandma lost my grandpa 25 years ago, and that's the only immediate family that she ever had to bury. I guess you could say bury. And so that was, my dad talked about that in the church during the eulogy, and that was an amazing accomplishment that nobody had passed away in our family. So yes, all right. So hello, Pat Bischoff. All right, you had 93 and humid. So you guys, we have the windows open, and I have goosebumps because I'm actually kind of cold. The air is turned off in here, and the cold front came in, but not like a cold front like we're freezing, but about a 75 or 72. You guys, I'm always cold. So it's great. The windows have been open, and the cats have been going crazy, and they love it. Hello, Sherry Everett. Oh, alphabetical order was a good plan. We try to make things as easy for people and that you don't have to guess so much. We do. We really try to take the guesswork out of it. Oh, I'll hit it soon. I hope so. Hi, Sarah Merchant. Can I have the 6 by 6 of two-tone paper? You sure can. So now that you guys know all about this cardstock of the two tones, this is what I need you to do, okay? And I beg you to do this. Now, there were 3 people that needed help doing this, and I don't mind helping whatsoever. I went into the Google form and I shined you up. But again, if you go to my events calendar here at cardsbycrispy.com, so first go to my website, 2, go to my calendar. Number 3, the date was July 9th. It says here, two-tone cardstock paper share. That's where I created the event because that was the first day of the sale. When you guys scroll down, this is what I really, really, really need for you to do. Scroll down. I know there's a lot of verbiage and a lot of jitter jatter here. There's a word here that's highlighted dark, and it says here. When you click here, this is where the magic happens for me. It makes you fill out a registration form where you have to record. You have to click record. You have to click what is your first and last name, right? So Sarah Merchant, right? And then Sarah said, what did Sarah say? Haha. So I'm showing you guys how easy it is. Sarah said, oh man, she said 6 by 6 of the two-tone paper, right? So you go back in here, 6 by 6 and 1 set, right? And so you pick 1 set. She wants 6 by 6. And now Sarah gets classes from me every month. So Sarah, I'm gonna pick here, ship with August classes, not including the stamp stack. Well, that's what I don't know. I have porch pickup, shipping by itself, and then I have two things here, with or without the stamp stack. The reason I ask is your shipping will be less if it is in coordination with the stamp stack that is gonna be offered in August. So for now, Sarah, I'm just gonna put shipping not with the stamp stack. I can always change that, all right? And then all you do is you hit submit. And so Sarah, I filled this out for you. You don't need to go do this, but you guys, that's how easy it is. And then what happens is it goes into a Google Drive form for me, and I can just log it all so easily, you guys. So hopefully that helps make sense of how you can register to get this share. You guys, I have about 20 more sets of the 54 sheets, and you could pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, however many sets you want. They'll all be organized just like how I showed it to you. And once those are gone, either I'm gonna be done or I would offer more, but then the pricing would change. You guys, I invested in one more set of, I invested in it before it went off a sale, right? While it was still on sale. Okay. All right. Mary Lemke says yes to the 8.5 by 11. And Sherry said, great idea. Connie said, great idea. Wish I could I did. Oh, I know. Oh, Becky, I've been thinking about you all week and how you are not in good shape with what you did with your meniscus. I couldn't even imagine the pain that you feel for that. And Kimberly, okay, so I'm not going to do the sign up anymore, but I showed you guys how to do it. So Kimberly Smith and anybody else who is looking for the two-tone, please go fill out that Google registration form. I'll see it, and you should also get an email saying that you did it once you've processed your registration. All right, my mom also only buried, oh my gosh. So Deb, another similarity. Wow. All right, so I kind of teased you a little bit about the Stamp-A-Stack. I mentioned that there's a Stamp-A-Stack next month. Are you guys wanting to see the cards? So Diane and I were a little busy. I feel like I have cat furs on me. Oh, well, did you guys see my shirt? Okay, so it says breaking barriers and embracing possibilities. So this is the team shirt for the One Walk Big Strides for Autism 2025, put on my sister-in-law and my brother and the 3 kids. They all participated in the walk, and they had to come up with a team name, and there was a shirt left over. It just barely fits me, but I wore it today to show it to you guys because I'm gonna flip around. I don't know if it's gonna be backwards or what it is, but it says "Be Happy Bertrams." So that I thought that was pretty cool. Little story on that. Linnea was here for the MS benefit. My sister-in-law Linnea has MS, and she was here for the benefit in April. And at that time, she had to think of a team name, and she was inspired by the Be Happy Stampers name that I have. So she came up with Be Happy Bertrams. And so she gave me one of the team shirts because I helped her figure out the name for her team, which was super cool. All right, so I'm wondering if you guys want, I see a yes, please. All it takes is one yes, and I'm gonna show you guys stuff. So the Stamp-A-Stack for the month of August, it features new online exclusive product that is called Floral Charm Suite. And I don't remember what the stamp set is called. Charming something. Something. Florals and charms. And, oh, I can actually show it to you. I have a little file here I can show you. So we designed 6 cards that are all fun folds. So this is a fun fold Stamp-A-Stack. Please send lots of good energy to Diane when she does the in-person class. You guys, oh man, to do 6 fun folds in an in-person class and everybody cuts their own designer series paper is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Hello, Jean Shoot, coming in late, but better late than never. So it's 6 fun folds, and you're going to make 2 of each. So the class is for 12 cards. So 6 designs, 2 of each is how we're going to kit it up, and they're really cool. I have the samples that we cased. So and I'll share those during the night of class. When I have class, I'll share with you how we came up with the ideas. But Charming Day. Yes, Charming, okay. Floral, thank you, Sandy Quamery. Floral Charm is the suite. Charming Day is the stamp set. And if you're wondering if you need to have the stamp sets or not, it's up to you. If you love the set and you want to buy it, then you can use it. And if you're not in love with the set and you think, oh man, I already have enough flowers, well, figure out what flowers you have at home and go with it. We only use 2 focal images on all of the cards. So they are more sentiment intensive, okay? So thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Nancy said she's also torn her meniscus and torn her right shoulder's rotator cuff. Ugh, so it doesn't sound lovely at all. Thanks, Deb Norman. All right, so you guys ready? You have enough left over to do all of your envelopes as well. There's a glare there. Oh, hopefully that's not too glary. So here's the first card. And this one is a pocket card. So when you, and we're gonna get seed packets for this. I haven't shopped the Amazon yet for seed packets, or my neighbor floral shop. And we're gonna find a seed packet so that you guys have seed packets to go in here. And so you flip this up like that. So Phyllis Oderman, if you're watching, we cased your card. You gave me a pocket card like this that had catnip in it. The cats went crazy for the catnip, and I saved that card until we cased it. And so here you go. So for my team, the Be Happy Stampers, which Sandy, you're on the Be Happy Stampers, my team gets team pricing if they so choose. They can also get the full gamut from me or Diane, but if you want and you're on the team, as long as you had your own designer paper, you had your gems, you had your ribbon, you have your own envelopes, we'd have a card packet for you that is at a reduced price because it doesn't include the materials. For my customers, everything will be included. The designer paper, the gems, the combo pack of ribbon, and then envelopes, and then enough to make 12 cards. So there's your pocket card again. So it's like a pocket card that comes up, and it's hard to see it, but there's a little flap down there. So you are going to put, potentially, I'll have a seed packet in there. That's our goal. That matches color theme. All right. So there's one card. Next card is this guy. Now, Sandy Koyemery, you're watching. You gave me a card once that had a bookmark in it, and a pocket card too. So this is another pocket card. So this comes up, and we made this into a wedding card. So it says, better together, hoping your day is the best ever, and then wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. And Sandy Koyemery, you sent me a card once. I don't remember when, but I hung on to it. And it was a two-tiered insert like this, pocket card. And so on this is die cut, so you just need some sentiments on there. I do love the DSP, but not the stamp set. Yeah, oh my God, I love the DSP, you guys. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's that card, inspired by one of Sandy Koyemery's cards, matchy envelope. And then this one, we grabbed from the Fitting Florets class. We cased a card that looked like this. So this, I think this is my favorite designer paper out of the whole pack. And I cut everything. Hello. Yes, for Easter, such an easy card. It was fun. And this is what this card is. It's got the toggly thing here, and then it hooks into there. And you guys have seen this before. We've done one like this, but we thought it was perfect to use for that designer paper and having the die cut on here. So hi, Jenna. All right, so there's card number 3, Fun Folds. Hello, Feline Mays. All right, now this one, we got a card from Karen Forward, who's on the team, and it had airplanes on it. And I'll show them off the night of class. They're not right next to me right now, but it had like the circle and it tucked in here, and we used it to make this one. So this is one where you'll need a focal stamp to stamp and then color it. Now, you don't have to use this specific focal image. It could be a different flower. And so it tucks behind here. So then that opens like this. And then we have sending you lots of love and hugs. And then I hope your day is filled with joy. So it is another wedding card. It is that time of year. Wedding season is upon us. All right. So very pretty. Again, you guys, it's the designer series paper that is, oh my goodness, oh so nice. All right. Now this one, whose card did we case? I'm trying to think here. Who sent this to me? I think it was Eileen Hodek Hayward. If you're watching, we cased one of your cards. And we have a little Velcro that's holding this down. And you guys, this reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. This rose, it just reminds me of the Beast giving beauty, the rose. So, okay, so it opens this way, right? And then we've got a little flippy-uppy here. So, very cool. So we made this one into a birthday, but it could be any occasion. So there's your card number 5. And then the last one is Yvette Lopez. You gave me some cards, and this was one of the cards we cased of yours with the little triangles. It was a little figuring it out, a little tedious figuring out. We added some inside action there to cover up the triangles getting glued down. And we made it into a You Made My Day. Thanks for being you. So again, it could be a wedding card, it could be a birthday card, a thinking of you, a thank you. There's so many, it's so versatile. Hello, Sue Keaton. Yeah. Oh, you live in Australia. I can't wait to come visit you in Australia someday. I was there in 1996, you guys. We were just saying it's the year 2025, and I was in Australia in 1996. So it was 29 years ago. I was there on a FFA field trip, or an FFA homestay program. So next year it'll be 30 years. So I'm overdue to get to Australia, you guys. So hopefully in the next 3 years is on my radar. I'd love to get back there. All right, someday when Stampin' Up! Has an incentive trip to Alaska, or I keep saying Alaska, Alaska's next year, but to Australia, that's on my radar. All right, so many flowers. I know, Jean and Debbie are saying so many flowers. They always have so many flowers. It's just a Stampin' Up! Thing, I think. Flowers sell, I guess they think. All right, so that is the Stamp-A-Stack. If you guys are looking for information on it, I know I went through the cards pretty quick. My events calendar, first. Get to my website. Oops, that's not it. Get to the website. 2, get to August, right, to the events calendar. Go to August 15th, Floral Charm Stamp-A-Stack. You can already find all the details here. All the cover photos here, all the details. If you're on my team, you can find out what you need in order to do the cards with team pricing. So just know that if you want to pay outside of my website, you can. And for those of you who like to get multiple classes from me, stage your email. You can put in it that you want the Stamp-A-Stack, but don't send it until you see the rest of what's coming up in August. It's easier to get one email with one list than it is to get 6 emails with one class in each email, right? That sucks more of our time answering each individual email. So this is just the start, you guys. We're going to be designing the ink, paper, scissors, and let's just stamp between Monday and Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to work on the suite class and the monthly class. So by the end of next week, which is the 25th, we should have everything designed for August. And I would have to say on maybe the 28th or so, I will plan to do the showcase. All right, I know lots of people like to know when that is. You have made 2 more arrow card. Oh, you're calling them an arrow card. I just like them. They're fun once you get all the measurements figured out. All right, so yes, thank you for the inspiration, Yvette. Oh man, all right. So we have the monthly class, you guys. I think we're ready. Well, okay. So I have a few things that I would consider happy mail and gifts that I want to share with you. I'll do that after class. And also I have the customer swap from the month of June. And I will just show that with you right now. I don't want to forget to do that. There were 3 cards from June. So I host a customer swap every month. You can sign up for it or not sign up for it. And there were 3 people that signed up for it for June, and I have their card. So I thought I would share that with you guys so that you can see them. Hello, Jeanette from Australia. Yay, she loves the DSP too. I do too. All right, so this one, you guys, is Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. She did the safari animals here, and I love how she made it look like they're in the wild. She's got the greenery, these leaves coming down, to make it look like they're in the forest. Not the forest, but like in the jungle, right? They're in the jungle. And then she added some cute little bees to it. She did a great job coloring. So she's got her giraffe and the little monkey, the rhinoceros, the zebra, and the little kitty cat down here. And it says, birthday, woohoo, it's your birthday. And then in the inside, she colored it to make it look like sky and has the giraffe there. So cool. So the sentiment, I believe that comes from the right words, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But very good, Kathy. And I think she even has, sometimes she has a slip in here that says, oh yeah, silly safari and the right words. And then mossy for the base, thick vanilla. She used Winkacella and mossy meadow. She colored them. Really good job coloring with the blends. All the blends are listed there. So she did the card smells like blends. So very good there. And then I also had here from Elaine Rebeck. She did a birthday card. So I think this is the Dino set. And the deckled circles and some strips of designer paper along the back. Super cool. She cut out the Dino and the flowers to add to the front. And hope your birthday is dynamite. Very cool. So the stuff that I get includes a white envelope, and then I save these cards and I donate them to a local organization. When are you doing the August showcase? Mimi, I had just thought in my head it would be July 28th would be my guess. July 28th or 29th, somewhere in there, right? There's 31 days in July, so that's still 4 days before the end of the month, so that's pretty cool. This one is from Mary Lemke, and she has Let the Adventure Begin, It is the, oh man, we did 2 classes with that paper, Meadows. Meandering Meadows, yes. And she's got some of the awesome bronze gems on the edge here that match the brown paper, really cool. She corrugated that. You guys can hear that? That's all corrugated with the new mini corrugated folder and a little tree on the inside. So very cool. So I think we have 6 signed up for the month of July, and I'll show those cards off. My goal will be the first class that I do of the month is when I'll try to show off the cards. So that's from the customer swap. All right. Now let's get to the monthly class. You guys, there are 3 cards for the monthly class. Can I say if there's any left? I don't know, but I need to do roll call. So it's really crazy. I think that there's not many left. If any, there might be 1 left over. I'm not quite certain. And that all depends if I find Elaine Rebeck's kits or not. They're floating around here somewhere. So we made 66, and I was holding 4 of them because I was going to do these cards also at 11:11 Burgers and Beignets when I do my beginners class next week, I think. Next week, Friday, Wednesday. So, like, I could dip into them if I have more people that are interested and always cut a few more for my burgers class, so like, yes, I could probably make it work if I have a couple more people interested. So don't hesitate to reach out if you're interested. You'll probably not see this class in the past classes section of my website because I am down to the end of them. I forgot to put an envelope in one of your cards. Just put it in your next package, Leslie. So if you're doing, I can't remember if you're signed up for the next one. If you are signed up for the next one, just add an extra envelope for it. That's no problem. Yeah, I keep meaning to swap in that group. Yeah, someday, Anne. It would be awesome to get you in there. All right, so we're going to do roll call. Thank you to everybody who registered to take this class with me. It's amazing. To make 66 cards or sets of this class, it's a lot. And we had 17 people in person, and that leaves the 43 that I have here, and then I'm saving the ones for burgers unless I end up using them. But I want to say thank you to everybody who registered to get kits for this class. You are the reason why I do the lives at no charge, because you guys are getting my kitted classes, and I share the class with everybody then, and everybody benefits from it. I also like to do roll call in case I forget to say your name. I shouldn't say that. In case I forget to sign you up, or in case you thought you signed up and you didn't hear your name, and then you're like, oh, did I sign up or not? And we can make sure we get you a set of cards if you, in fact, wanted them. So it's like twofold. So first on our list is Tandra Hudson, and then Julie Bontranger, Sandy Coy Emery, Annette Rollin, Jeannie Gertis, Feline Mays, Karen Woods, Mindy Hall, Mary Novak, Cindy McLeod, Glenda, oh man, Uhara. It's Uyehara, Uhara is what I'm going to say. And you can correct me at some point in the future if that is wrong. Glenda Uhara, okay, from Hawaii. Nancy Billets, or I should say Fancy Nancy Billets, Joanne Naples, Sherry Everett, Jeannie Parker, Brenda Critchell, Wendy Kruger, Lisa Hedgedis, Angelique McClendon, Julie Damaris, Karuna, Susan Bellamy, Kathy Showalter, Tricia Fagley, Sarah Merchant, Kelly Gibson, Mary Carls, Mary Lemke, Bridget Rowe, Donna Grushke, Pat Shee-Bischoff, Leslie McMinn, Lisa Fessing, Karen Cotton, Polly St. Clair, Francis Rodriguez, Vera Anderson, Lynn Beasley, Carrie White, Tammy Steckling, Stacy Hinton, and last but certainly not least, Mary Rita Vessels. And again, if I missed anybody, please reach out to me right away, because I still have the opportunity to potentially fix it. To fix it. You guys, we always say that. If there's anything ever that seems not right or is not correct, we make it right, right? That's not ever an issue. Hello, Patty Wright. Oh, lots of you guys are here for now and have to leave early. No problem, you guys. I am happy to report that Jolene is back on track with tutorials for the most part. There's only one that's still lingering, and that is the creative presentation tutorial from the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. So that is still pending. There were some creative presentations from that event, and we were going to put them into a tutorial, and we are still going to. But now our goal is to stay on top of the tutorials and not get behind. Hopefully weather and health issues do not put a damper on this. It's going to be a good month. I sent out the July monthly card class tutorial already on Monday. So today's Thursday. You guys got it in your inbox 4 days ago already. How exciting is that? That is always my goal, is to have it to you by 4 days in advance. That has always been my goal, and it's just we do with what we can. So anyways, that is an exciting thing. So you can look for that in your inbox. The other thing I want to say that I'm super excited about is we got the In Color Club cards designed and kitted, and there's 15 cards. So if you're 12 people who did the In Color Club with me, you can know that they got shipped out or they're available for porch pickup as of this week. And there will be a PDF tutorial for those 15 cards as well. We're just going to try to stay on track with Rose's technique class. It's written from class today. It's written. It's just being proofread, and so that'll go out hopefully today or tomorrow. And then we have Let's Just Stamp, and so we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, and we'll get the in color ones in the mix too. So all right. Oh, Connie Moore signed up for this class. Okay. Well, Connie Moore, I don't know if I mailed it to you. So since I didn't read your name, I want to believe that I didn't. So Connie, we just mailed out your box to you. So just know that you shouldn't be surprised. I just put your name in my book. This goes down to I haven't sent your list to you with your amount, right? So just know when you get your box, you're going to have lots of things in there, but you probably most likely will not have the June monthly class, okay? So July monthly class. So don't fear. I'll pull one for you and set it on the back counter, and we'll put it in your August package, okay? Hello, Tyra Marshall. All right, we'll make sure that there's one for you, Connie. No worries there. All right, so you guys, we have 3 lovely cards that we're gonna make, and they are all flower inspired and themed. I was not under any adult supervision when I designed these. So I love designing with other people. So Diane's usually over, or I'll work with Jay Shante, or I'll work with anybody who wants to design with me. I've been doing card classes since 2016, you guys. I'll be honest. It gets boring when you design by yourself. It's fine, but I always end up working on answering emails, or I'll work on answering a text, or I'll end up calling somebody, and I end up going to design at midnight or 1 a.m, where when I design with people, it's usually during the day and not at the wee hours of the morning. And so for this one, I ended up designing, I would say 2 of these on my own, and then the other one I was blessed to be able to design with Jay Shante. But she didn't know that the other ones were all flowers already, and so you guys were joking about flowers. Well, here are more flowers. So this class is all flowers, the July monthly class. Normally the monthly class, I try to make it versatile, that it's kids cards or sympathy cards or a wedding card or birthday cards, feminine cards, masculine cards, kids cards, like it's whatever. But I try to not make them all the same. Well, these all ended up as flowers. And you know what? Flowers sell, because I have almost 66 sets of this class already gone, and there's like maybe 2 left. So flowers are popular. People like flowers, and I think the majority of people who I send cards to are ladies, and ladies love flowers. So I guess maybe that might not be a bad thing that we have all flowers tonight for class. So one of the cards is like this. Now, my mom would call this the gourmet card. There's lots of bits and parts to this, and it's a really pretty, we made this into a wedding card. You could also make it into an anniversary card. And speaking of anniversaries, I wonder if I put that stamp away. We used an anniversary stamp from an old set that somebody was looking for, but I used congratulations, and I don't even know if I pulled congratulations. I might have to go get that. But anyways, your gourmet card. This is the one that I designed with Jay, and it's super cool. You know, guys, you either like Darling Duckling or you don't like Darling Duckling. And in this case, Darling Duckling looks very nice with Night of Navy. And so people have been telling me that Darling Duckling is like a dirty gold, which kind of is. It's like a dirtier version of gold. And it's like a dirty yellow kind of. And it looks perfect with navy. It's got this green undertone, so it goes well with blues and greens. So this one we made into a birthday card. This features that new online exclusive set that is called Label Grateful something. I signed up for this class in your email on June 27th. Okay, Doris Munson. If that is the case, I believe you. I definitely believe you. So, and I don't believe I read your name. So I'm going to put you in here, right? So we're going to put you right here. No worries. Like I said, I have the kits that I can pull. I will do some investigating. I'll play some detective clue work, find out your email and see what I did with it. It's all right. We can make it work. I'm glad you told me. That is exactly what I need so I can figure things out. So this one, we have it that you could have done, it's With You in Mind is the stamp set. And you could do happy birthday, or you could have put the thinking of you. With You in Mind was a stamp set from the mini catalog that carried over, page 35. Here it is, look at that. So I don't have any of the stamp cases over here, you guys. I just pulled the stamps because everything is pretty much staged on the tables, and this one got used a lot. So you could do happy birthday or thinking of you. Any big word sentiments would fit really nicely in there. I didn't say your name, Doris. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So it is, okay, Debbie, yes, I have to admit with you, I do like it better than Wild Wheat. I gotta say, I definitely agree, 100%. And Doris, you're correct. I didn't say your name. So I'll go look back at your email that you sent and our communication, and I'll see once what happened. Because if I didn't write your name down, and I should have, definitely. And if I'll investigate, you guys, no worries. So, all right, so With You in Mind. Now, so we got a flower card that uses these dies right here. Those dies are from a new, right here, Florals in Bloom. That's where these dies come from, right? So this Florals in Bloom, the dies got used heavy here. The sentiments come from beautiful motifs. Now the last card, I think we discovered or talked about in class the other night that we made pillow gifts for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And we needed a 3x9. And when we cut the 3x9, we got 4 tall, and it left a 3-inch strip on the side. And all those 3-inch strips were sitting there, just sitting there. And whatever 144 divided by 4 is, I had 30 sheets. And each little 3-inch sheet I had sitting on a pile. I'm like, I'm going to purposely design a card that uses this designer paper so it doesn't sit here for the next 10 years. And then that is how this card came to be. So it's this pretty paper, this Florals in Bloom paper, one of my favorite papers. And there were 6 different designer papers in designs in there. So I used up all those strips. I'm so happy. I used up all the strips. And so it was a 12 by 3-inch strip. And what we did is we had a 5 1/16 by 3. It was primarily got used on the outside. And then it left a little square for the inside. So this pretty paper got paired up with a retired color called Moody Mauve, which matched nicely, and then Lost Lagoon. This one got paired up with Strawberry Slush with Garden Green, and all the sentiments are different, right? So all you needed was a long, bigger sentiment. So I am so grateful. Wishing you all the best. This one features Poppy with Daffodil and Happy Retirement. And then you've got You Make Me Smile with Fresh Freesia and Blackberry. Okay. So what's happening here is you got one of these color combinations. This one says, I Appreciate You. And it's with Petunia Pop and Secret Sea. And then this one was the Timid Tiger with Secret Sea and You're the Best. You're better than all the rest. You're one in a million girls. All right, now hopefully you don't have that in your head for the rest of the night. So you got one of these colors. I can't tell you which one you got, but just know that I think whatever one you get in your kit is going to be pretty, and it's going to look awesome. You can make it whatever you need it to be. Birthday, thinking of you, a sympathy, get well, happy birthday, like even potentially an anniversary, a congratulations. And the great thing is the PDF tutorial includes pictures of each one of these and its own set of instructions of how the colors kind of work for combinations, okay? Now, I looked ahead at what card kit I got. I wasn't quite sure which one I got, but I have Daffodil here, so I know I got this one. So I pulled the inks already for this one, so I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna change up the sentiment. But again, they're all pretty, so I'm just gonna pull out one to make, and just know you might have, like, I know somebody might call me and say, hey, mine doesn't look like that. And I'll be like, did you watch the video? Right? So just know that yours might not look like this, but the layout will still be here. So which one are we gonna do first? We're gonna do that one first, all right? So your golden ticket, don't lose it. Mine, it says July monthly class. Today's date is 7/17/25. That's important if you're looking for the PDF tutorial or if you're looking for the YouTube video. Now, I have my name on this, so that means there's something going on with my kit, not quite sure what. And I just like to show you guys too, the Florals in Bloom paper at a high level here looks like that. And What's super cool about them, all right, is that the backs match, not necessarily each, like they don't match the actual pattern. Like that floral charm, the front matches the back to a T. With this, oh, you guys, we ended up with a 1.5 inch square for each card kit. And my intent was that you would use it on the inside corner. Well, I didn't remember when we were kitting that this one didn't have this one in it. And so when we kitted, basically this went with that, 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 this went with that. Well, that doesn't work so good because this pattern and this color scheme didn't necessarily work so good with this. These weren't bad. This one was okay. That was okay, but it wasn't quite how the pictures are. So you're gonna get that little 1.5 inch square and you're gonna be like, well, I don't wanna use it. And that's fine, you don't have to use it. This is a little scrap that you can do whatever you want with. So this DSP sampler, I still have about 10 or 12 left of this in case you're newer to me and you didn't know I do these. I still have this available for anybody that would like to get their hands on. It was $30 plus shipping. All right, so let's grab our card kit. What was awesome about this is there's 5 ink colors and each card used one of the ink colors, and the only one that didn't was this guy. He got brushed brass butterflies instead, right? So we kept it really even, that this one had Secret Sea, that one had the Timid Tiger, that one had Strawberry Slush, that one had the Cloud Cover, and the one that I'm working on had the Darling Duckling, the ducks that are darling. All right, so you got a different colored gem depending on what card kit you got. All of them are embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. Again, your colors might be different depending on what you got. Your stylish shape is white, and then you have a little accent strip that's 1/4 inch. You have a little rectangle here that's slightly bigger, or longer I should say, than the little strip. And all of this will layer together on the front of your card. And then here's your 5 1/16 by 3, which will go on there. Now this is the little guy I was talking about. It's a scrap, you guys, it really is. If you wanna use it, great. If you don't like it, do something else with it. But like this one, it's all right. It could work on the inside. I'll go with it and I'll show you what we intended to do. And if you don't like it, just don't use it. You have a little 1/4 inch piece. All right, Mary Carls, we'll see you later. You have a 1/4 inch piece of white, and then you have your white mat for your inside. And we've got so many different options for sentiments. What I figured I was gonna do was use You Make Me Smile, because that's in this Sweet Bloom set. How's it going?
We are pretty much set up.
Okay, I have the change here. The roll of quarters is there and the loose bills. My money box is down underneath where those, down there. And then on the left, underneath. Yep, just be careful. There's cards, it's like leaning, it's a trap. Okay, so I'm gonna use You Make Me Smile. And then there's this flower set here too, which you could use if you have this set. I'll show you what I meant to do with the this little guy here. So we have here You Make Me Smile. Nice, every single block that I own, almost everything, is all consumed for the paper Palooza, which is set up on all the tables. So we're gonna do this in Poppy Parade, the sentiment. What you looking for?
I had some, I thought maybe it would just.
Completely distracted you, I know.
Yep, you did.
I
Easily done.
totally get it. So we're gonna do You Make Me Smile. Okay, and then it's going downhill. So I should have stamped the back first. I want it to go up, not uphill, but there, that's better. So there is 2 sides when you die cut. The rolled smooth side is usually the top and the rough side is usually the bottom, but I don't think it looks horrible to have the edges up, and it is, I'd rather have it straight than a little crooked. So You Make Me Smile. Now, on the inside of the You Make Me Smile, on this one, I did Have a Lovely Day, right? But because these are gonna be cards that are won by people, I'm gonna leave the inside blank. But Have a Lovely Day comes from this stamp set too. I would stamp the lovely first, and then the have a, and then the day, right? And kind of piece them in here. Hi, Deirdre. First time watching, yay, thanks so much. All right, so that is it for the Poppy. Okay, and this little guy, he will need to get cut in half. And I'm gonna do it diagonally. So I'm gonna line up the one corner and then the other corner, and then just go and make 2 triangles out of it. And it's just to put them in the bottom corner. All right, so we can get a little glue happy. So we'll glue this, and we could glue these guys. I'm just gonna go with it. Well, let's see here. So that flower could work. So because there's direction to the paper, it may not work for you to use your triangles for the flowers, but that works. And then this one, you can't necessarily see that those are going that way. If that bothers you, you would flip it over and you could use this and you could use that. And that still matches everything on the outside. And let's go with that. Yes, thanks Debbie for welcoming Deirdre. All right, so a little bit of liquid glue here, complete with cat fur. The other thing, if you don't want to use these little triangle pieces and you have this stamp set or a flower stamp set, these 2 would look great. You could use Granny Apple for the stem, and then you could use Poppy for those flowers. All right, so let's get this triangle. And if you're gonna stamp a sentiment, I would definitely do it before you get glue happy here, because you can always flip it over and stamp the other side if you don't like the way you stamp it. And when you do cut this triangle, just know that the direction isn't going to be the same. This one's going this way, and this one's going this way. And most people won't even notice that, I'll be honest with you. All right, so then this is going to be left, right, centered, and then the same margin at the top. So you got a little bit of a poppy. Christine, why with photopolymer stamp sets have the image inside reversed when you can't see the correct orientation of the words from the outside? I don't understand what, Nancy, I gotta read that again. Okay, I gotta think about what you're asking me. Why with the stamp sets, what's reversed? Why, I guess I don't understand what you're asking. What's reversed? I think I need a picture. Like, You Make Me Smile is not reversed. This is photopolymer. The image inside is reversed when you can't see the orientation. I'm going to need you to rephrase that. I'm drawing. My mind is not thinking about what you're asking. Like, I can't formulate what you're asking, Nancy. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what's reversed. So I put tear and tape back here. I have 2 waiting in the wings. I'm going to put my ribbon across here. You could go down and cover up more red, or you could go up higher and cover up DSP. I'm going to go up right about here. Oh, okay. So on the plastic case for the stamp set. All right, so let's see what you're talking about. They have it that way because one side of the stamp is flat, one side is flat, and the other side is curved, what you use to stamp. So you can't, it has to be reversed so it fits it identical. You want the smooth side to be what goes to the case. So that's the mirror, like the reverse image of it. Yeah, so they are reverse so that your stamps line up exactly over the top of them. If you put them this way, they won't stick. There's no way for that to stick. I mean, it hardly sticks. Where you need to have the smooth, the edge, and that will stick on there. Yeah, Debbie said the same thing, because the flat side of the stamp goes down on the case. Okay, yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Otherwise, it won't quite stick flat, and then you'll have loosey-goosey stamps running all over inside your case. Okay, so this is our tear and tape sandwich, and I put down another 2 pieces of tape that were hanging out there, and then we're going to use some liquid glue, 42. We'll also do the same thing back here. You guys, if you're looking for an amazingly easy layout for a card, I think this is what's in store for you. Like, I could see making this layout with so many different designer series papers and just finding the matching coordinating cardstock and adding a little ribbon, doing you to show off the embossed part on the bottom. And then this guy. So what I'm going to do is grab a little bit more tear and tape. We're gonna run it right through the middle, like that. And then there's just, so this is, I'm just testing here. So the tape is on this side. I'm just showing you how much you can see. You're gonna have about that much red on each side. So I'm gonna put it right in the middle, and then we're gonna line it up here so it comes out that other side. And if anything gets off, you could still pick it up and maneuver it. And if you end up with one side longer than the other by a hair, don't worry. Just grab your scissors and you can trim it like that, just so that it's centered. Now, this side ended up a little higher, so you can still pick this up, and I'm going to twist it down a little bit and bring it there. But it doesn't even line up with the front of the stamp set as to where those words are. I guess you can also do this layout vertically. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. Right here. Do it vertically, and then you could have a different shape right here. Yep. So Nancy, I'm like, mine fit on here. Like it might be, to me, it looks like it matches. It might be a hair smaller or skinnier than what the stamps are, but I think as long as you know where to put this, you know, it's perfect having the stuff printed on the inside, because then you know if you're missing any stamps or not. Okay, now what's going to happen is I'm going to glue this flat. Right, so we're going to put a little glue across that. And then this will get centered behind here. Just like that. Then I have the ribbon, and ribbon provides a little bit of height already, so I'm going to run a track. When you have your dimensionals, if you work with the edges, you can get long, skinny strips. Instead of throwing that edge off, what you can do is cut it. Hi, Mary Schreiber. Okay, and then this can go along. Oh, it's just a hair too long. I knew there was more paper on there. All right, cut off just a little bit, and then we'll put that right there. And let's grab right on the edge here. So that gets cut. This whole edge can come off. We'll put that on the other side. Now I'm doing that because I don't want to put more dimensionals where the ribbon is. I'm hoping that this creates the channel, and then the ribbon will go through it. And I do look at heights of things. So I want my ribbon to be slightly lower than where the red thing is. So I'm going to stage it so you can see a little designer paper over there. And then I have it so the ribbon goes like that up, and then up, and then make sure you're straight on the bottom. All right. And then I have my darling duckling gems, and they seem to work really nicely if they're on the Poppy Parade. And so we'll do the medium guy there, the small one there. So I guess it's your ADHD. I'm going nuts. You're being very picky about it, maybe. And I would say I'm the queen of picky. Like Tyler says that I'm the pickiest. And I say, well, I picked you, so take it as a compliment. But yeah, I mean, our pickiness can get to us sometimes. But yeah, you guys, just think about, like, it's probably one of the most simple, easy layouts in my mind, that you still get layers, you still get complexity, but it's just it's when you have a very pretty designer paper and you can let it be the showcase of the card. Okay, I would have to say that I have to thank Nancy Haggard, because I believe she gave me a card that looked very similar, but I think she might have had this paper cut into strips to make it look like 3 pictures like hanging next to each other. I think that's what that was. So very cool. All right, so that is the daffodil with the poppy. And again, you would have any one of these if you got the class with me. And there was no rhyme or reason. Basically, all 66, 11 of each got kitted and they got laid out, and you got one of them. All right, So that is the first card. All right, so yay, one under our belts. Easy peasy lemon squeezy on that one. All right, oh, and there was the other one. There's a purplicious one. Okay, so if you have that designer paper, pull it out, start playing with it. It's really pretty. All right, we're going to go, gourmet? No gourmet. Let's do the gourmet one. So it's the one with the vanilla envelope. You guys, I still have some vanilla envelopes from Stampin' Up, so we're working our way through those. Oh, my chamois isn't even here. We took my chamois away? Hang on. So, we pulled in all the stops here to make sure that we had everything staged for the Palooza stamping tomorrow. So I think I only used that one. All right, so the next one features the floral bloom dies. And you're not ever gonna, who's gonna guess? Do you guys know where that designer paper comes from? It's very trickery. All right, so we're done with you. So it's your vanilla envelope. And this one is going to feature wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. That comes from Beautiful Motifs, which I have here already. And then congratulations that I have on the inside is from Sunset Sailing. So I think I need to grab that too. But you guys have a bow already made for you, a baby double bow here. And 3 gems that are the iridescent ones. Too big and a small, or too big and a small, or too small and a big. Are you guys gonna guess where this comes from? If you don't know, once you flip it over, you might know. This looks nothing like what you need for this one, but this is the Weekend Adventures Designer Series paper. So I got that. And then lots of die cutting, all right? So don't go crazy losing any of your pieces. There's lots going on here. So this is a bubble bath mat, and it has a big hole. And your banner got cut out of that. So this is those party pennants or banners. Super huge, big die set that is all banners. And I'm gonna guess where it is. Right here on page 50 of the Beekeeper's Guide. You've got party banners dies. You've got lots of them and they nestle together. You guys, if you watched the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, if you were part of that, Georgine Darbro did an awesome presentation making a banner using the party banners dies. So what we did is we actually, so I think we were short, but this got cut out of this. And then we went a step further and we actually cut this flower. Most of you will have your flower cut out of here. Now, I think we had to cut a few new party banners and then we had enough flowers, but something was off. So that's probably why I have one that doesn't have that cut. But you would have that cut out of the middle, and then you would also have another one. Now this is bubble bath, okay? And then you have the intricate die here is in blackberry, and that's die cut for you already. This little die, he's from the Hugs of Bloom dies that were a paper pumpkin die that is no longer available. I think it's out of stock as of like maybe a month ago. But that is where we pulled him in. And then in the die set, we used some retired vellum to give you your kit. We love using vellum yet. Before it went out of stock, I bought like 6 packs of it, and we're working our way through it. And every time we can add in some vellum, we do, because vellum is a staple, I think, in the crafting world. And then you have 2 dies here that are identical. They are the foliages that go at the top and the bottom. Now, they do need a little Frankensteining, right? So I'm going to talk about that when we get so far. So you got that. And then you have another little banner that's vanilla that will nestle on the top of that. And then you should have a inside that's vanilla. Okay, so lots of stuff going on here. We're going to bone fold your black card base. Like that. Okay, and we could do a little gluing. Now, there's nothing that goes behind this layer or that layer. So what we could do is off the bat, let's just make these become one. They're going to get married together here. So the bubble bath can go down first, centered on the front of the card. And then we'll add the designer paper right over the top of it. And there's no direction to it. Sometimes I'll look to see where the white or vanilla lines are. There's a vanilla line that's kind of half, not even half, it's just a shim of it's on here. So I'll put that towards the bottom and leave the whole black at the top. So that goes here. All right. All right, so that's that. This, we could stage this with some dimensionals. Look at this. I love being able to use up some of this stuff, but I don't think we'll quite get it. Almost, okay? So we'll set that over here and stage it. This needs stamping, as does this. And we could do wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. That needs to get stamped on the bottom right-hand corner because you gotta leave space on the banner for your flowers. Flower. All right. I noticed here, when we do our die cutting, sometimes the little residue from the tape gets left on things. All you have to do is grab your adhesive eraser and that stuff will come right off. All right, so we've got this. Don't tuck it down too far, but just in the right spot, I guess. We're gonna let that marinate for a second. I'm gonna go grab Sunset Sailing real quick to get the congratulations. All right, so in Sunrise Sailing, sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. Congratulations. You are the winner, chicken dinner. So we're gonna put that down here and pick that up. All right, so this guy's done marinating. And then in here, we're going to grab the congratulations. Now, another disclaimer. Oh, I forgot to tell Karen Wetstein when she cut all your designer paper for you, which she does an amazing job cutting the designer paper. I forgot to tell her that these are 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. It left some strips, like a strip this long by the 12 inches by this. I meant for her to cut them down into like a 3/4 inch strip so that we could put them all in your kit so that you could use it as an inside scrap like this. Okay? Totally forgot, missed the memo. So instead, we're going to have you guys stamp some images on the inside of pretty flowers. So we're going to actually grab these two out and we'll use them. So we need that one and this one. And blocks are a hot commodity around here. So we're going to take that off and that off and put you on. That's a tight fit, but we'll make it work. Oh man, let's get you right there. All right, so I think Gordon Green and Blackberry. We're just gonna stamp flowers on the inside and it will be fine. Green, stems, leaves, there. Now this is 2-step stamping. So that got stamped first and second we'll stamp our flowers. And I would say hover over the top until you feel really good with where they are, and then just shut your eyes and drop it down like it's hot. Okay. Thanks, Nancy Sue. All right. Perfect. I'm good with that. Now, it's hard because you got to line them up. Sometimes it's hard to do that. But that's it for the stamping. Now, again, reminder, your picture on the PDF tutorial is going to show that designer paper. Not there. Not there. And normally, I'd say 85% of the time, we always stamp focal images on the inside. Well, in the time that I tried to do it, we forgot to do it. So there's a little flipping that over. We're gonna put some liquid glue. If you really like that look and you have that designer paper, you could cut a little 3/4 by 4 inch strip and pop it on. So vanilla with bubble bath looks really soft and delicate. And then you add a little black and then it looks fancy. Thanks, everyone. I'm glad you liked the card. This is your, my mom would say, gourmet. All right, so there's your inside. I think the flowers look really pretty on the bottom, I might say. Now this guy's ready to pop up. On the banner. Just put it, okay, so it's pretty much centered, top, bottom, left, right. So So centered left to right, just like that. Okay, now, oh man, I should have been doing Rose's thing. So you guys, Rose Coleman did class today. She did the Technique Club class, and I got to watch it. I was so excited. I worked on emails while I was watching it. She taught me how to do this. It's letting your glue marinate. So we'll put a little bit in some strategic spots. Just be careful. I know liquid glue, it's like a hot mess, or it's your best friend. I usually like it as my friend. But when you have these small, delicate little things, you want to give that a moment to get dried, because if you put it on, it might smear all over the place. So the trick is to not put too much on, right? And if you over squeeze, you're going to end up with it sticky all over and you're not going to be happy. So there are these sticker sheets that you could die cut this. Like if you want to make more of this, you could die cut a sticker sheet on it at the same time. All right, so we're going to let that sit for a moment. And we'll use our Stella pen here. And we might as well Stella some of these things while we're letting that take a moment. I should have prepped that 3 minutes ago. That's okay. So we're going to Stella these guys. I don't think I Stellaed anything on that last card. So if you want to Stella, what's really great is you could Stella your flowers on your DSP and your leaves. Perfect. All right, me made that up. And then we're gonna grab this guy. Hello, Julie Black, thank you. Lots of interest. You think of the die cutters, you guys. Obviously, I hate to use the word obviously, but I guess obviously you can see there's a lot of die cutting on this card. I think it's plain to see. The die cutters cut 66 of each of these things, right? So 66 of that, 66 of that, 66, it's just a lot, okay? So now that this is partially dry, I'm gonna pick this up. So think of the die cutters when we do this. They are amazing. Sandy and her mom, Tammy, and then Karen Forward helps, and Anna will help too. This fits in here in a specific spot. So we gotta figure out where the spot is, and I think it's right there. So it kind of nestles in there. It goes up this petal, and it fits right along that edge. And so because that had gotten tacky, it didn't smear all over and it didn't like adjust and move around. It kind of just stuck right where it was. And I'll be honest, it's really easier to get this side lined up first. So that guy right there, bring that out. That lines up there. And it's just tacky enough that it just sticks right off the bat. All right, so here's the trick for this. Putting this together. You might think this is overwhelming to see how to do this. Like, wow, it looks so pretty the way it is. How do you make it happen? This is what I would do. This is what I highly recommend. I don't know how, oh, that must have, oh, that was on here, haha, okay. I saw a dimensional and I was trying to use it. All right, so we're gonna put a big dimensional in the middle of both of those flowers. Then, if you have small dimensionals, great. I would use those. That would be phenomenal. Or if you have the ability, you could cut them in half and use them like this. Okay, I'm gonna put a dimensional around the edge of these guys. Like that. Like that, and over there, and here. All right, so what I did is I put one in the middle and some small ones around the edge. Only pick up. Yeah, Barbara was talking about the precision glue pen. I have a bunch of my gals use that. So only pick off the middles. Don't pick off the edges, right? So I know Diane got it and somebody else got it, and I had mixed reviews from them about it. So I was like, nah, I like my liquid glue, I'm good. So I only put the dimensional part in the middle, right? I'm gonna stage this flower where I want it to go, where it's partially off the edge over here, and it's kind of just where the W is, right? So kind of, you have a little bit of border there. Now this last one, this guy is gonna overlap here. Now, I might just take this one off for the time being because that's gonna overlap this, and I don't necessarily need that extra height there. This one, it's kind of staggered. It's hitting over here, right? Something like that. So I'm putting my two flowers down and they're only sticking in the middle. Okay, next, this is the easiest one. This little guy right here, what I would do is take a glue dot and put it right on its tippy tail. And what you could also do is stage the back of this, as long as I'm here. This is where the oh, here we go, little dimensionals. So I would put them, the little dimensionals, behind each of these leaves. Don't take them off at the moment, or I guess you could take them off. But for now, I just want to get this situated, and I have a glue dot there. So this is going to stick, the glue dot area will go underneath. Right, so kind of pick that up, and then these leaves are going to get staged. Right, so there, that's good, right? So kind of you tuck them in here, as far down as it'll go, like that. Okay, so I'll come back to those dimensionals later. Hi, Deanne Dawn. Better late than never. All right, these two, we kind of talked about them briefly. They need to be Frankensteined a little bit. If you look at this, let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger so you can kind of see. So this here, you can see here that this matches and this matches, but that doesn't match and that doesn't match. All right, so what I did is I cut off this leaf here. This is like the gooeyest scissors I've ever used. We're not going to use that anymore. So this little guy is going to end up coming out over on the other side here, like that. And then I cut off this guy. He ended up coming out over there. And then you have this, right? So you also have that guy. That it doesn't make sense to have it hidden behind there. So I'd rather cut those leaves off. So this right here is what I've got. So we're going to take a glue dot, and now that we have that, we're going to gently pick this up, kind of like tuck this in here. So these two are coming out, something like that. And now you're going to want to use glue dots on the tippies of these the edges that got cut off. You can put glue dots there, and then we're going to tuck them in. So there was a really small one, or I guess not the smallest one, but this one, he could go over here, right? And then you've got a little bit bigger of one. He can fill in this little area right there. And then we've got one more. And that little guy can go right in the middle, there, all right? So that's how I took one die and manipulated it to look how I wanted it to. So the same thing happens on the top here. Let's look at it and see what we got going on. Now, I think that's what's going on. So these also would get lost. And I think to make it easy, we're gonna just trim you off and trim you. So I've got two pieces here. So we're gonna grab a glue dot for both of them at the tippy tail, this one and this one, right? Let's set you right, want you there, I guess, and we'll put you. So one of them is gonna go off to the side. So we're gonna pick this up. And the main thing is you wanna stay on your card, right? So there's one. Thanks, Suzanne. This guy, let's get him on. You don't want him off the edge, right? So there's two. Now we still have this left over. How can we manipulate that to, you could even have some, I don't have any coming down over here, but I could see this potentially getting used over here. So you want to make sure you round our leaf, round your leaves. Or we could just use this like that. And then, so it's going to look slightly different than this. But this is cool because this guy can come and frame this down here like that. I like it. And then this little doohickey, let's trim a little bit of you off. Because when you get a die that is in the shape that we started with, don't ever be afraid to cut them and manipulate them to do what you want them to do and give them the look. So look at this. That guy's going to go there now. I love it. So that was really clustery up there. By doing that, it flows so nice. Okay, not done. We still have the vellum. Now the vellum, I just kept them whole. You could also cut these apart too if you wanted, but it's easy enough just to put it right on the tail here. Pick that up, set that right about there. And then you can pick this other one up. I pick things up, I put things down. And then this one, and because we didn't pick all those dimensionals off, it's allowing us to open this up, lift it up, and set our things down, right? It's not complete though. We still have, oh, there's a dimension, I glued that right in the end. We still have to flatten it. All right, so once you have it staged where you want it, now is the time of like, do I want to adjust it? Do I want this to go in further? You can still pull things out and put things in more, right? No problem. That's pretty set there. So if things are where you want them, we already took the dimensional off the back of that, but what we got to do now is you got to flip the tail up, pull it off, flip this one up, pull the waxy paper off, do the same thing on that one, okay? So now that flower is secure. We're not necessarily secure down here, but we're working on it. Oh, so that backing stuck to my glue dot. That's okay. Pick that off. There's one here. Pick that off. And then there was one more on this side, right? This is where a scalpel, tweezers comes in handy. Okay, pick those off. All right, so now our flowers are good. We also had dimensionals on the backs of this. The leaves. Choose your words. Leaf. 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 Perfect. Okay, so our leaves are good on the top. Now, do we need any assistance with these guys? Are they tucked in there good? Do they need help? So if you think that they need help, now's the time to help them. What we're going to do is grab a little skinny mini right there. Even, whoa, we don't want all that, but I wanted that little guy. This little guy is skinny enough. We're just going to put it right underneath in the middle of that leaf, and he's good. The vellum foliage thing, they're touchy. If you want to put a little dot of liquid glue, you could. That might help to secure it a little bit. I don't know if it's necessary. Whoa, you don't need a lot, but just a little bit, a little dab will do ya. That'll help hold that down. And then over on this guy, he seems a little flippy floppy to me. So I'm gonna grab one more skinny mini here, pick that up, and put that right there. Okay, he's secure. Now what's going on back here? This is a hot little mess going on. So what you could do with this one, there's not a lot. It's like a little bit of dimensional skinny, I guess, would help with one of these leaves. And it would probably be fine not doing it, but now I've got that. Now, is this guy in here good? He's fine. Okay, the other thing you could do is add a few more glue dots in between there. So I had one on the end here that could go, and we could put that right there, and that will hit the corner and hold that. Hi, Anna Carter. On vacation, so the schedule is scattered. Totally can relate. Okay, good. That's all put together. What's left is a little bow. So Rhonda made your little baby bows for you. And we can put the little glue dot right about there, and then adhere that bow right in the middle. A little vanilla from the Essential Baker's Twine. And then we have the iridescent gems. We've got a big and small hanging out together down here. Oops, he moved. And then the other guy can hang out over here. They really pull out the bubble bath because they have that iridescence. So what I didn't, Stella, was a little bit of that blackberry or the bubble bath, but you could add a little bit of Stella to your flowers. There it is. Hopefully I didn't make it look too easy. But I love doing flowers. So I've learned that trick of not taking off the dimensionals around the edge. I saw in class people have this tendency of seeing this card and then they try to attach the greenery to the flower, the greenery to the flower, and then put it onto the card, and then perhaps it's hanging out past the card, right? So by putting your flowers where you want them, hi Lisa Love Framboys, Hi, Michelle Foreign. By putting your flowers where you want them and then tucking things in around the edge, it just makes it so much more cohesive, I think. All right. Thanks, Doris Munson. And this one too, I got off the edge just a little bit on mine, so I was able to keep this one contained on the card. All right, very good. So we got the gourmet card done. Like it. Very good. You would never have known that that was that weekend adventure paper on the other side that Cajun Craze got covered up. Beautiful wedding card here. Again, it would also be a great anniversary card. So we've got two done. We got our flower power and our flower power done. All right. So last card on the docket for tonight is this one. And I made this one with Jay Shante. You guys, she saved me because I hadn't bought the Kintsugi set. I forgot. I thought I did. And maybe I bought it as a prize for Stampin' Up on the Sun and I just didn't remember to replace. I don't know. I didn't have it. So when it came time to design for the Kintsugi class, I did not have the stamps. I didn't have the dies. And Jay Shante did. She invited me into her humble abode and we designed the 4 cards. And then at the end, I'm like, I have one more left to do for the monthly class. And she said, let's get her done. So this was a joint effort between Jay and myself. I have stamps that I'm trying to, here we go. This needs to go in here. So Jay and I did this one together. I had brought up this Label Me Grateful set. I had just gotten it and I thought, oh, why not feature some brand new product? Oh, I know what I was doing. Okay, I was wanting to clean these guys here because I need, this is a little flower from With You in Mind flower. And then this greenery is also from With You in Mind. And we're going to put these back here where they belong. I'll think of Nancy now when I put these away because they fit there. And I'm going to get, okay, so I have, you guys, if you're doing game night with me next week, let me grab the cards and the prizes. So, a little disclaimer here. We use the sweet jars for the game night for next week. It's the 24th, so a week from tonight we've got game night. And it features the sweet jar, which I used one with shamrocks, one with the hearts, one with the candles, and one with the cookies. Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Laura stole the cookie from the cookie jar. And she says, who, me? Yeah, you. And she says, wasn't me. You guys remember that from school? Hi, Andy Acquisto. So here's the deal. That's what game night is next week. You can't even see them because they're already off the camera. This is game night next week, next week Thursday. I still have space. I have about 15 sets of cards left. The prizes for game night next week are Label Me Grateful, the master prizes, Perfectly Pairs, Charming Day, which is out of stock at the moment, the Tractor and Company, which reminds me, I got this for the prize and I didn't get it for me yet, and Spooky Halloween. And because I have these here, I want to show you Label Me Grateful. I did a bad. I only bought the dies for myself. I didn't buy the stamps. And the girls were telling me, you need these because you make thank you cards for all the people who do your events, and these are the perfect words. So I just got to show you the dies because I don't have the dies down here. And so I've opened this a couple times now to show people in class. So these are the dies from Label Me Grateful. This is new online exclusive that just launched July 1st. So we use these 2 dies, and then we use the flower, and then the label. And this is another card where you could do the card vertical or horizontal. So whoever wins this for their prize from game night is, I'm just going to leave it out of the plastic. Okay, but these are the prizes for game night next week, in case you're wondering. I have a card to show you though. So this is the card we're making tonight. And I had a team swap party over the weekend, and I had coneflower celebrations as the set I chose. Oh, Sherry said she only got the dies too. Well, I will be I think I already purchased the stamps. I'm gonna buy them. I'm buying the stamps because I do want the thank you, all the words. So I had coneflowers, and so I needed inspiration. So I did take this card And I went like this and I made my cornflower card. So you guys, I cased my own card to do my swap. And so I used the same color palette. So Strawberry Slush, Garden Green. I kind of cased our monthly class card from last month, which had the coneflower on it. So I did the double upping of the leaves and sponging them. And I sponged the flower and used the gems and just did a birthday card like this. And I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. I love that set. That verse that comes in the coneflower set. And happy birthday. I think that comes from the jar set here, if I'm not mistaken. It comes from the jar set, and it should be on the inside of that card. So happy birthday. So there's still space in case anybody wants to do game night with me next week, or I'm doing the in-person version. It's called Lucky Hand, which is on the 21st. So either way, they're the same cards. It's just an in-person version or an online version. So there you go, you guys, just to show you, like, this card was our first one, and then I cased it and came up with a different card, and you can see the similarities between them. All right, but this is what we're making. So if you own the coneflower set, you could case this card and make this one for yourself as well. So our card kit is over here, and it's the last white envelope. Thanks, Lynn Beasley. Thanks, Lynn Beasley. This, when you pull this out, you'll have your gemsies. There are the iridescent foil gems. And you want to burnish your edge. Keep your card horizontal. This is our darling duckling, or ducklings that are darling, mixed with Night of Navy and the plaid embossing folder. Right, so there's that. You have this piece of darling duckling through the middle. Now the back side of it is this really pretty pattern. It was really hard to use this from that Floral Impressions. And that wouldn't look the worst there either, depending on which section you got. Some of it had blue, some had purple, some had pink. This is that rainbow pattern. So from the DSP sampler, it's called Floral Impressions. It's this guy. And the pattern is this one right here. So some people got purple, some people got pink, blue, whatever color you got, but the yellow is on the other side. And you will have 2 leaves that are die cut, 1 pink flower, the label, which is a cool shape, and a white inside, and 2 pieces of the same white ribbon that we use on the first card, a 6 inches and then a 4 inch. So we'll set those there. So we need Night of Navy in the navy ink, and we'll stamp our happy birthday, and that is from the With You in Mind. You could also use Thinking of You would fit. So versatile card. Just find a really big sentiment to stamp in the middle of your label. Michelle said purple always #1. Huh. We're purple fans. This is true. All right. So there's happy birthday. And on the inside, I've got wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. That comes from a set that is called Wild Ferns. All good?
All good. I'm gonna leave this with you.
All done?
Everything, everybody's done.
Okay, perfect.
Chatting with Sue with the money she owed you.
Oh,
in
Sue's here.
here also.
Perfect. Okay. And then I just got to grab the signs from downstairs. And do you want to put the signs out in the morning, or should I plan to do the signs?
Whatever works for you.
Okay.
And then I'm going home and plug in my
Tablet?
make
Okay.
sure she's good and plump and full, and
Okay. Then we're good to go.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Well, I'll be ready for you at like 6:30, 6:40.
Yeah, we're thinking, because I think Karen Watson's gonna be here about 6:30. She said.
Oh, very good. Okay. So you're saying I should be a little more awake before 6:40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll go from there.
Perfect. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna go. I shouldn't have to battle too much traffic now.
No, the fair is probably winding down.
No.
No?
There's not
It's hot and heavy?
down. They got the big old country band
Oh,
tonight.
there's a country band playing tonight? Okay.
Yeah, they got, who the heck is it? It's some big name, but I can't remember who it is.
Okay.
So, I was watching all the rodeo boys walk in.
Oh, I bet. And their cowboy hats and their cowboy boots. Bye, Tammy. Judy Emma would be loving it. Bye. Strawberry slush for the flower. And then I have a leaf here, and I'm tucking that in to the flower like that. And I had wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. That's from the wild ferns, wild horses. Okay, wild ferns. And I don't know if it's actually still current or not. I guess I'd have to look. I don't remember. You guys, I never went through my annual catalog and pulled out retired stuff. I haven't done that process yet. And it's a relief to not have to, I haven't thought about it. So wild. Nope, not there anymore. So wild ferns is not there. So, and it could have been anything in the inside, right? It doesn't have to be that particular sentiment, but find any versatile inside for the sentiment for a birthday card. All right, so let's put this together. We need to do a little bit of gluing. So we can glue these two pieces down. So this is our white inside, and then our designer paper. So you guys, we have our Fond du Lac County Fair going on, and it runs from yesterday, today, Thursday. So one moment. I'm gonna do this one. Actually, figure out which side you like up and down. I actually want this side down. So the fair started yesterday, and of course we got lots of thunderstorms. That always happens during the fair. And so this goes here. All right, the designer paper was cut to go end to end with the daffodil, darling duckling, the yellow. So I'm gonna get that flush on the left and flush on the right here. All right, and then if you need to trim anything off, you can. All right, so there's that. And then we have our white inside. So the fair goes till Sunday. And I don't know when, but Tyler always loves us to go down and look at the animals. So we'll probably walk down. I'm literally a block from the fairgrounds. And so we like to walk over there. All right, so there's a little glue that needs to come off. And now this guy. We need to grab our tear and tape again. We're gonna make our tear and tape sandwich. So 2 of them waiting in the wings, and then 2 go on the back. And I have it lined up with the bottom edge of the designer paper. So there and there. So grab the 6-inch piece. And I've got that lined up so the bottom edge of the ribbon is lined up with the bottom edge of the duckling designer paper. And your tear and tape waiting in the wings is ready for you. Grab the glue again. You don't need to put glue where the tear and tape is because it's already got adhesive there. This goes right on the front of the card. Like so. Very cool. All right, now this guy. Now I get to use the last dimensional on that sheet. Yay. And then let's see what we got over here that we can use up. I'm gonna put that and that. And, oh man, I just want to use up some of these little doohickeys here. All right, so we have some leaves that are tucking in the back. So I'm gonna do the same concept that I did in the last one. I'm not gonna take off the dimensionals from this back upper corner. I'm gonna leave that one on and stage everything else because that will allow me the ability to tuck those leaves in on that side. And this is staged more to the left than the right. And it hovers over this bottom ribbon just a little bit. And I've got this corner and that corner kind of in line with the ribbon. If you just gently set it down, you'd still have the ability to move it. So this is a little wider than that, and that's okay. I wish I would have had a little bit more room on that side. All right, now our leavesies. We can grab our glue dots again. And on this one, what we can do is put the liquid glue at the tippy tip here, like that. And perfect. Then I'm gonna put the bottom one, the one that's on the right is more on the bottom, so I'm gonna have that guy coming out first. And then this one goes kind of staged over the top of it, right? And if you need to have it be a little shorter, you could always like rip, so I already got the glue dot here. So I'm like, what do I do to salvage the glue dot, right? I can always fold it this way. And we're gonna stage it so he's a little bit shorter, right? So that works. And then that's really not sticking very good. So what we'll do is we'll pull this dimensional off, and then that will help flatten that. So then I like to take a little bit of liquid glue. I'm gonna pick up and just add a small amount of glue on a couple of these right there, and that'll stick. And then pull this guy up. I don't like to overly glue stuff, just enough, right? So that will help that guy stick right there. And then for the flower, I think what we'll do, I don't know if I added a dimensional back there. I didn't. So it's glued on the label here. It's not dimensionalized up there. So what we're gonna do is grab a few, you gotta be careful because actually these little slits through here, that glue can ooze through them. And I've learned that happens. So you might be better off, and I'm gonna do this. Hi, Becky Gandolfo. What you're going to do is grab a few glue dots and stage that on a couple or a few of the petals. Like that. All right. And then now you don't have to worry about the glue oozing out. That kind of hugs the corner like that in the middle of the greenery. And we have this ribbon. You can kind of flip that underneath here, and you're gonna tie an overhand knot. So you could, like at home, if you have all the ribbon in the world, you could take and tie your ribbon around and then do a knot, right? I like to not waste ribbon behind the back. So what I do is secure my ends, and then I take another little loose piece here and just wrap that around here like that. And then make sure you're grabbing your ribbon scissors. You can trim your tails how you want to. And then the little gemsies, get a big and a small, and then I end up with another small. You might have two bigs, but I'm gonna put the big one there, and then I'll put my two small ones. I just thought the big one looked nice in the middle there, and then a small one, and I'll do another little small one. So push those down good so they don't fall off later. And then what you could Stella, your flower, and your leaves. My Stella needs to get rehydrated, so she's like on break right now. Perfect. All right. There we go. We did it. And I don't know. Let's see here. I think we got everything covered. Do you guys have any questions about what we used and what we made tonight? They weren't the craziest of cards. They were definitely lots of steps on this guy, but the other two seemed to go pretty good. Again, they were flowers, right? So we have more flower cards for you. The blue, you like this card? Team Blue, yes. Go Team Blue on this one. We did sneak in a little pink and yellow and green, but definitely the yellow and the blue are the highlights for this one. All right, so used lots of different stamps. I even used some retired ones accidentally. So let me just get these cleaned up. I got a couple things I want to share with you yet. I have some Happy Mail that I got from Karen Forward. So if anybody is attending the Autumn Create Escape with me, we have 8 creative presentations that are part of that. And I'm happy to announce that Karen Forward has accepted my request to do a presentation. She left me a card, and it is the most amazing card. It is so pretty. And she said that she would do a presentation on this. So I'm going to show it. So in case you guys are doing that with me or you're on the fence about doing it, this is going to be one of the creative presentations. Now she'll change it up a little bit, but this is the concept of the card. So I wanted to share some Happy Mail with you. So it was in the envelope like this, right? And then it opens up like that. Super cool. So she's going to walk through how to make this card and how the scores and all the folds will go, and it fits perfectly into an envelope for a 6x6 card. So that is some Happy Mail I got. And when you guys, when I get Happy Mail like this, I reach out to the people and say, hey, do you want to present on that? So Karen said yes. So thanks, Lynn Beasley. So that's one thing I want to share. This too was a gift from Nancy Charles. She knows what I like. She's got a little bee, little tumbler here, and it's got some mudslide in it. And I wanted to share with you the baby card she made just for you with a butterfly on it. Just a little something for you to enjoy after the event is over or whenever. So now that the event is over, I can enjoy this. And I will definitely, I've been tasting it in my coffee is what I've been doing. So that was from Nancy Charles. Oh man. So she had that stuck on with the dimensional. I gotta share that with you guys. So that was super cutesy. Then I also got some gifts from Jeanette Bull and Jean Barney. And this was back from during the Stamp-a-thon the Sun. And I've had these, I just haven't had a moment to share them with you. So she gave me some bee pens, which was really awesome that I can have these in the hive for people to use with some refillable the ink. And then a wine stopper or bottle stopper. It's super cool. And little strips of bee paper here. It's so cute. So I got some bee gifts that I wanted to share. There's also a gift here. So this was the card that Jean and Jeanette made, my Michigan girls. So cute. And then also this was from Naomi Worrell. This is super cool. It's like a trivet. These are all bottle caps and they are surrounded with some bee fabric, and you brighten my day. And then it also, there's a bookmark. So this goes around your page on your book and it's magnetic. So it snaps together. Super cool. So amazing gifts. I definitely agree. So that was from Naomi, and they've been on my table and I just didn't bring them over this far to the filming station. So those are some awesome gifts. I also want to share with you guys, we're going to do a drawing for somebody to win a prize for class tonight. I have record that we had 7 people that placed orders to get this class for free. So I'm going to pull my phone and we're going to do a little random number generator drawing, and we'll pick a winner, chicken dinner. So I'm going to put 7 in here, 7 scoops. All right, generate number 6. It goes to Tammy Steckling. Awesome. So Tammy, I will have a prize for you in the next package you get from me. Your other package just mailed out. Now, I also want to share with you guys what I'm going to be doing next Thursday. So next Thursday is 2 weeks from today. Today's the 17th. In 2 weeks, the 31st. We have ink, paper, scissors that night. But in the morning, I'm driving down to Elkhorn, where Georgine Darbrow is going to be having a stamp camp with a used stamp sale all at one time. And I just shared it on my Facebook page. So if you guys aren't on Facebook, you'll have to reach out to me and ask me to send you the information. I can share, or I can send you Georgine's information. Georgine, you guys, Georgine's on my team. She's just celebrated her 1-year anniversary, and she's been working at it for a year now while on my team. She's 2 long dogs and a stamper, and she's been having a very hard time finding an in-person community. So I said that we need to fix that. Let's find some in-person peeps for you. And so she designed these 4 cards in a sampler and created a Facebook event. It's going to be at her brother's. I'll look it up when I show you where the event is. She's also selling kits to go. And I know that she's had at least a handful of people reach out to her to get signed up, which is awesome. So it's the 31st. If you want to go in person, I'll be there. And if you're close to the area, just reach out to me or her. And I was just trying to read Leslie's. I'm just see if I can help with that. Okay, but in my Cards by Christine page, I just shared this. So if you're not on Facebook, you'll have to reach out to me. I will help you get in touch with Georgine. But down here, Georgine, a fellow bee, is hosting a Christmas in July stamp camp in conjunction with a used stamp sale on the 31st. I'm heading down that morning, and then I have a person, I already have Karen Forward's going to ride down with me, which is awesome, so I don't have to drive by myself. It's like a 2-hour drive south for me. So she's got here, it's during this event, she's going to be offering a buy one, get one half off sale on her retired stamp sets and die cuts, including some gently used and brand new items. And then, so she's got that. And then while you're there, you could shop the sale and do her stamp camp. So it's $30 or free with a $60 order. And it is, the projects are shown here in the cover photo. She's got a card, a card, a card, a card. So 4 cards and a sampler. And I know it's snippets of it, but I think she just showed these off on her Facebook page too. So you could get an idea of what you're making, you know, like that try it, see it before you buy it type thing. But all of her information's here. It's going to be, there's got to be a location somewhere. There's a location here. Turtle Lake Tap and Grill, and it's in Delavan, Wisconsin. So you guys, if you are interested in this event, and if you are local to me here in Fond du Lac and you'd like a set of her things to go, like Andy Acquisto, if you want me to bring yours back so you don't have to pay for shipping, I can always bring it back with me too. So we would just need to coordinate that with Georgine, that she has it ready to come back. And then, because I'm sure I'll be seeing you in the near future in person. So I think it was just you, Nancy, because you asked if it was spinning, and I happened to just look down, and I am watching it here, and I am not spinning. Yes, congratulations to Tammy Steckling, you guys. That was awesome. You can look online and get directions on making the trivet. Ah, very good. Thanks for answering that. That's super cool. All right, so you guys, if you're interested in doing Georgine's Christmas in July stamp camp and use stamp sale, just check out the Facebook event. If you don't have Facebook and you need me to share the details with you, just send me an email. I'll copy, paste it, and send you Georgine's contact information. Okay, so am I forgetting anything? We already did the Happy Mail. We did the bee gifts. Oh, I'll share with you guys in case you want to see what I did for the In Color Club. So every year I do an In Color Club. And this year I had 12 people that participated, which was super cool. And with it, you get all the cardstock, all of the markers, all the blends, all the designer paper, one of each of, I think, 7 or 8 things. And each month you'll get the new color. Or people had the I want it all, I want it now, I want it like in my hands immediately button. And so I had like half the people did that right off the bat. So what happened was, with that, when you get it from me, one of the perks is that you get 15 card kits for you to make 3 each of the 5 in colors. You get to make cards. So let me drop the camera down so you guys can see what I designed, which is awesome. So this one, and again, they're in all the colors. So Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. We have the clouds that are over the cover and seas that are secret. All right, and then, so that's one layout in each color, and if they don't have that focal image, they can stamp whatever they want. And then this one I cased from Amanda Waldhart, and I really didn't change it up very much. She said, take it however you want to. So basically cased her card that she did for her In Color Club, featuring memorable blooms. So we got a taste the rainbow going on here. Right, again, you could stamp whatever sentiment and then the focal images. So some of these gals are just getting these kits and they have no idea what they're in store for. Oh, here's Wild Ferns, in case you guys were wondering where I got this sentiment from. Wild horses, no, Wild Ferns. All right, so there's that. And then the last card, that's part of the In Color Club that people are getting, looks like this. And our rainbow here. So Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Ducks That Are Darling, Clouds That Are Undercover, and Seas That Are Secret. Okay, so for like, in case anybody's part of my In Color Club and you're watching, take a screenshot right now. You'll be able to see. So Jolene is not even knowing that I have this, needing her to write a tutorial. I will probably drop the bomb on her sometime this weekend that there's another tutorial to write. So, but anyways, in case you guys, it's so pretty, right? So, and I kept it so that it's some sort of a focal image on this white piece, and then sentiment, and then adding sentiment. So now you guys know what that's all about. Okay, well, I did it. 2 hours exactly, and we started 15 minutes tardy, so we did it. We kept it in 2 hours. Just swap cards, and those are so pretty. Did you do Happy Mail or just swap cards? I just did 3 swap cards. That's all we had. Now, at the end of last video, whatever class I did on the 8th, I did a bunch of Happy Mail. You guys, I have, well, I don't know where, I've got to find it. Let me see, or is it down there? Yes, man, okay. Okay, so this bag right here, okay, is full of cards, and I don't have the energy to go through this with you guys. I'll be honest. There are probably 60 cards in here, okay? And I have another little pile. I have all of the sympathy cards that you guys sent for my grandma's passing, and it will probably take at least 15 minutes to 20 minutes to go through that. And I'm at the point where I need to eat supper and I gotta go take pictures of the used stamp sale. And I promised you I would put a link out on the event. And I think that I'll save those swap cards for another time when we've got a little bit more energy. So, all right. I think I got through everything other than that, though. We did go through the swap cards, the 3. I also have, from my team swap party, I had a huge team meeting this past weekend, you guys. We had about 30 people online, and I think there were 22 people in the room, okay? Shannon West and Genevieve Cove were here from, Genevieve is from Canada, Shannon is from Stampin' Up USA, from Utah, and they were both here because they hosted an event in Appleton on Friday and Saturday. I've been going nonstop basically for, I don't know, since I got back from Maryland, it seems. But I had an amazingly awesome team meeting, and it was just packed full of stuff. And I don't know where my point was with what I was getting at, but I think it has something to do with, there was a lot of people here. Swaps, I know, full circle. We had a team swap party right before that. So on Saturday afternoon from like 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock, my mom helped me whip together 24 swap cards for my team swap party on Sunday. And so we had a team swap party. And so I have about 24 or so swap cards. And so those are there. I'll share those too at some point when I share this. And I don't think we'll do it after game night, but we have Let's Just Stamp on Monday, you guys. At 1 o'clock on Monday is Let's Just Stamp. And maybe after Let's Just Stamp, we'll carve out 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we'll go through the swap cards and the team cards. How's that? Swap cards and the sympathy cards. I think that sounds like a fair plan. We also have mystery card night, you guys. Mystery card night on Monday night. And that reminds me that I need to get a clue 1 ready for you. Today is the 17th. We'll try to get a clue 1. No, I lied. Oh my gosh, we did mystery card night on the 7th. Oh man. So normally Let's Just Stamp is when it is on the 3rd Monday, and then mystery card night is Monday night, like the 3rd. But we have Lucky Hand on Monday night. If you want to, you can catch mystery night. It was on the 7th. I did it the day, like I got back from Maryland and I did it the next day. Okay, so mystery card night is not on Monday night, and we don't need clue 1. Thank goodness. We have Lucky Hand, and then, so I'll try to do the cards after Let's Just Stamp. How's that sound? And then I've got Share, Create, Inspire with you guys on the 23rd at 10. And I have 2 in-person classes then. And then we're live here back on Thursday night for game night. All right? Go team. Lots of stuff. All right. It was a great meeting. Yes, I thought so too. I was very happy with how it turned out. All right. I think you need to get some sleep. Yes, Barbara Grappy, I agree. I definitely agree with you. Especially tonight, because we have the used stamp sale starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I have to be up by about 6:20 to make that happen. So definitely trying to get to bed a little earlier tonight. All right, I have a couple to-dos. And if you need anything, you guys, I'll probably be off of my phone. Well, if you need anything, I always say call me because I can answer the phone. I see that. I don't always see texts or emails right off the bat, but I'll catch up with them in the next couple days. We got a very busy day tomorrow with the Palooza activities and the used stamp sale. And then on Saturday, my nephew is earning his Eagle Scout honors, and there's a ceremony. So we've got that on Saturday and a birthday party. So super cool. All right, chop chop, you guys. I can chitter chatter all night long, but then I won't get anything done. So lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll see you again soon. Bye. Love ya.